In a world where men often walk alone, who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, this is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
The 3rd day of October 2025, an amazing day, a beautiful day. It's Friday. And yes, indeed, 7:05 p.m. time for Men on Record. And so this is a time for men to congregate together as we discuss real issues affecting real men, as we endeavor to find real solutions for that man. And so good evening and welcome from wherever you are tuned in from. This is Men on Record. We are live on Hope Media, that is across all our platforms. We are live on Hope FM. This is the station where you listen and live. We are live on Hope TV, where you look and you live, and across all our social media platforms. You can watch us, and also you can tune in Hope FM live, and also Hope TV Kenya across our social media platforms. And also we are on YouTube. We are ensuring that we are not leaving any man of any background, of any age, behind, and that is why we are across all those platforms. So karibu sana, hoping that you had a fantastic week, that you are blessed of the Lord, and that you are ready for this week's edition of Men on Record. And just a reminder, we had a fantastic conversation last week. We were talking about men and the trap of debt. That is, men and the debt trap. And of course, such huge lessons we were able to learn, and a shift also in as far as our mindset is concerned. In case you missed that particular episode, you can go back and listen to what we had to discuss last week as well. So be part of the conversation as well. And today it's sort of like a continuation of what we had last week. But then today we go a notch higher in as far as how then do we get out of these debt trap. That is what we will try to unpack this evening. And I tell you, if you are tuning in and joining us from the capital city, Nairobi, it's a chilly, should I say even chilly? No, it's even not chilly. It's raining, as they say, cats and dogs. Heavy downfall in the capital. But we thank God for the gift of rains as well. So, karibu sana to the show. Tell a man to tell another man to tell yet another man that it is time for Men on Record. I am your host. My name is George Gishoro. Always a huge honor, a huge privilege, and a joy to have you join us on Men on Record. Last week we just mentioned it by passing, but little did I know that it would be this fast in as far as welcoming our guest back on the couch again. I'm talking about F.A. George Oyuga, and he is joining us yet again this evening. The wisdom was too much. The knowledge and the challenges, the challenging that he gave in as far as our mindset and all was too much, and we were like, we need to continue with the same. And so, George Oyuga is in the building yet again. Good to see you.
You know, and you told me that you'll invite me back. I didn't know it will be this soon.
This soon. I actually didn't know.
You need to be making more promises.
Because you have to keep your promise.
You are one man who keeps promises. So please make them more.
Make them more.
In my direction.
You never know. You never know. But it's good to have you,
thank you.
Back. Thank you so much as well for that, for accepting. It's not usual that you are invited and then you just say, I will be here. But for you, for that sacrifice, for setting apart that 1 hour, we really appreciate it. And thank you so much. How was your week?
My week was good.
All right.
And as you rightly put it, it flew in so fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine.
7 days gone.
7 days,
Pop,
just like that.
man.
And we are into a new month.
You know?
And in this new month,
new quarter as well.
are you already?
You know?
And we continue to look at, the New Year resolutions,
Yes.
what we had decided, what we had made, promises and all.
Yes.
And just thinking, we can roll it over to next year. But anyway, it's good to have you back.
Thank you very much.
For the sake of our viewer,
privilege.
listener, who is George Oyuga?
Well, as I normally say, it's always very hard to introduce yourself. But
Yes.
George Oyuga is my name.
Yeah.
Where do I start? I'm a financial therapist. And my daily job, is I work with Kuza Asset Management. I'm there as the Director, Retirement Solutions.
All right.
Yes, and I'm also in the church circles, in the vineyards.
Yes.
Yeah, where I serve as an elder, member of the advisory team at Sitam Thika Road.
Right.
Yeah, and a family man, married to one wife, a woman, born a woman.
Born a woman.
Yeah, God has blessed us with 2 children.
Yeah.
But above all, we love the Lord.
Amen. Karibu sana to Men on
Asante
Record.
sana. Thank you very
All right,
much.
a very interesting conversation, very important conversation that we are having this evening. And did you know that the National Bureau of Statistics reported in the 2024 Finax's Household Survey that the proportion of Kenyan savers declined, although overall financial inclusion in the country increased to 84.8% by the year 2024. Now, the survey found a significant increase in the use of financial services for social reasons like weddings and paying bride price, while saving for more tangible goals like vehicles showed a notable decrease. And so that is why it is important for us to discuss matters to do with savings and investment. George, if having a recap of last week, and we looked at some of the reasons why men are trapped when it comes to matters debt, and it is because of societal pressures, because of even financial illiteracy, and some of the addictions, the habits and all. One thing that also I remember you mentioning was that at times when you are in a hole in terms of debt, you stop digging.
Yes.
It's even biblical when we talk of saving. You remember the story of Joseph, talking about 7 years of plenty. 7 years of scarcity and all. And so in a way he was talking to the king and telling the nation of Egypt that, you know what, we need in these 7 years of plenty, we need now to think save. Investments. When we talk of also investments, the story of the talents. People are given different talents, and there are those who are good in as far as making it work, but then again there were those who said, "Oh, you want to reap where you have not sowed." Oh, we see.
There's only one guy.
Okay, that guy.
But I love that parable.
Yeah, because
it's actually the basis of my book.
All right.
The Dance with My Money.
Dance with My Money.
Yeah, so that's where I built what I call the wiser concept that graduates all these conversations from a revenue relationship, where we see the servants and the master having a relationship. That relationship then builds an opportunity for earning. They are called into a room, each according to his ability, given 5, another one 2, another one 1 talent. The 3 of them go to save. That's the next level. And when they save, and why do we confirm they saved? Because when the master came back, nobody had lost capital. Even that one guy who got 1 talent. Then when they save, one guy is left at saving. The other 2 move to the next level, which is investing. So the guy who got 5 talents gets 5 more. The guy who gets 2 talent gets 2 more. Then now again they move to another level. The investing leaves another person there again. And now we go to the wealth creation, where the guy who got 5 talents, now he has a total of 10. Because there is the 5 he had been given, the 5 he made, and while he is at the banquet, someone taps him like this and tells him, you have 1 more added to you. 10%. 10%. It's 1 over 10. That's a 10% return that your assets actually give you. So that model there, wealth, investments, savings, earnings, relationships. But it starts, you build that tower from the bottom.
Yes.
Meaning you start with the relationship, earning, and then saving, investments, and then wealth.
Yes.
Yeah, so all those
very,
very good modules. We can discuss each of them 2 hours.
Yeah.
Each for 2 hours, just to drill down on it and the like. And the other verse that I also love, by the way, is the verse in 2 Corinthians 9:10 that says, God gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
Seed to the
sower, and in that order, seed to the sower and then bread to the eater. Now, when you look at a verse like that one, it simply just tells you that every time you have an opportunity to earn, always know that what you are holding in your hand is a seed. And if it's a seed, the more you can get it to now be able to generate the bread, the more successful you will be. Otherwise, you will boil the seed itself.
So you are eating even the seed.
Exactly. So most of the time, when now we find ourselves, as we link today's conversation with last week, is that people would find themselves in debt simply because, number one, we did not have a platform or something that we could run back to be able to sort that immediate need that now forces us to borrow. People don't do emergency funds, and we say emergency funds should be the first target when you talking about the savings module. And this threshold should be 6 times your monthly income. So that for 6 months, then you are able to say that if things don't work out, for 6 months, my kids will go to school the same place, I will eat the same type of meal, my life will continue without disruption. So because we don't save, and you've mentioned in those statistics, the levels of savings did what? Declined. Though financial inclusion went up. So that means that there's more access to money, there's more access to those opportunities, but how are we using those opportunities? Unfortunately, it has not been to the benefit of those who are accessing them. We have more apps. Even on your phone like this, almost 3 or 4 that you can actually tap into. But many people go in there simply just to borrow. Whereas some of those apps have more functions beyond the borrowing. They actually have other things. But
now, for especially a majority of us Kenyans, we are more familiar with the borrowing apps
side,
as opposed to even the savings. More statistics on the same from the National Bureau of Statistics. They are saying that for the first time since 2009, the proportion of Kenyans with active financial savings has dropped. This is from 74%, this was in 2001, or rather 2021, to 68.1% in 2024. Now, they give some of the reasons, George, and economic pressure. And this decline is largely attributed to severe economic hardships, high commodity prices, and inflation, which have eroded household purchasing power. Now, they also go ahead to give the purpose for saving. According to the survey, it indicates that Kenyans primarily save for immediate and short-term needs rather than long-term goals. The main reasons for saving are day-to-day needs, 35.9%, emergencies, 27.7%, retirement, 12.6%, education, 9.9%. And they go ahead to explain more and more. The question begs then, because, and I want to go back to what you began with in terms of the relationships, and then the earnings, and then the savings. Let's go, for now, allow us to overlook, maybe, I don't know, the relationships. Many are saying that, you guys, I can't save what I don't have. I can't save what I don't earn. And they are saying, a majority of us, the challenge and the reason I'm not saving is because I'm not earning. So I'm either not in any formal employment, I'm not in any, whatever business I have can only sustain me on a day-to-day basis. How do we help this person before we come to this person who has a pay slip?
Well, I think the conversations around earning should never be limited to people who are in formal employment. Because even the guy who's jobless, if you ask them in this month, they have touched money. somewhere.
Somewhere.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
Not enough
Yes.
to what they really wanted, but they've interacted with some money somewhere,
yes,
is it?
yes.
That's why instead of using the word income, we use earning.
All right.
You see?
Yes.
Why? Because earning then would open the pipeline to anything that would put money into your pocket.
Yeah.
So for some, it is that formal job employment that does that. And that's where now the revenue relationship is now employee versus employer. But there are others also where this revenue relationship is you selling a good so that money gets from Gigi's pocket to yours
Yes.
because Gigi has taken a good from you.
Yeah.
Others, it is because of a service that has been consumed. So you have people who are earning. There are people who will be even when you're seen walking around carrying some heavy load, someone will ask you, hey boss, can I help you up to there?
Yes.
And of course, after that, there's a common Kenyan phrase.
Yeah.
I came to understand it later
Yes.
that says Zamacho, you know.
Mm,
They
oh.
give them something.
You know that.
Imagine. I learned it, man.
Yeah.
Niache Zamacho,
Niache
yeah. So it
Zamacho.
means that, yeah, appreciate what I've done, at least with something small.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
earning is opened to everybody, and you can tap on your talent, tap on the opportunity, tap on the need in the society, maybe tap also on a job or a role
Yeah.
or a task that someone has that needs to be done.
Yes.
So that one is there. And that's why when we now talk about earnings, we would want everybody to always think outside the box or without any box
Yeah.
at all, so that we don't limit these conversations to only those guys who are earning something, Yeah.
Let's talk to the middle class.
Yes.
Because that's another class.
Yeah, those ones are a class.
You know,
actually. You've just called them a class.
yes, now that's a different class altogether.
Yeah.
They are saying that 2023 analysis by the Kenyan Times noted that only 15% of middle-class households
Yes.
save regularly. Now, this is influenced by high consumption habits, a high cost of living,
Yes.
and a higher debt burden compared to other classes.
Yes.
Now, let's talk to this man who is in that cadre
Cadre,
of
yes.
That class, the middle class.
Middle class, yes.
Yeah. How should they go about in terms of starting the savings culture and the investment culture, considering what we discussed last time?
Okay, we said there are two paths towards getting to what you want. If you want something, you either save for it,
All right.
or what many of those guys in that class have been doing is get that thing fast and then pay for it later, which is one of the most expensive paths or routes to follow.
Yeah.
Where you get
So
the
I
thing
want a
consumed.
house.
I get the house.
Yeah, so I need to first get the house, then pay
I
for
start
it.
paying for it
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
So people are more comfortable with that kind of forced payment patterns. When they are put into some structure where this thing is deducted from your pay, it's on check off, it is being collected automatically. Seems like guys get used to that easily.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah.
even talked to some people because I do financial therapy for
Yes,
some clients.
yes.
And what they tell you is that, immediately I finish paying a loan like this,
Yeah.
that idle money on my payslip disturbs me in a way. So I have to get some loan somewhere so that that deduction goes back to it is collected automatically.
yeah.
Now imagine that person who does not have the framework for this thing to be collected automatically. Chances are that the culture of saving is not in them, is it?
Yeah.
And when this thing is also not being collected automatically, the rate of default becomes higher because that culture of having the discipline to pay it is not in them.
Yeah.
And that's why even like the taxman will not trust anyone. Gigi, you're a good guy, is it? But no one will give you your gross pay and tell
then
you,
trust me.
pass by Times
Yeah,
Tower
Times
there,
Tower.
and
And then you do the
pay your
necessary.
tax there, my friend. Even you that time,
Yeah.
all routes will head the other direction.
I will do everything and anything
Exactly.
to avoid.
Yes. So you find that these guys, let's say, for example, the people we're talking about in the middle class,
Yeah.
you have now your payslip loaded with so many things. And at times that blinds us so much
All right.
because we see everything else that reduces our gross so that we have a net. You know where I come from? A net is a fabric with holes.
What? True.
You know,
Yes.
a net is a fabric with holes.
holes,
So every
yes.
time you look at your payslip like this, man, you see all those entries there. I've
Yeah.
just punched holes
Yeah,
on it, is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that if you analyze your payslip clearly, you'll actually see that there are two types of those items that reduce that pay. There are deductions,
Right.
and there are contributions. So if we analyze properly,
Yeah.
we'll actually be able to say that if you look at things carefully, you'll be like, let's take the statutory only. Because things that are not statutory means that it is you dancing
Yeah,
with your
yes,
money
yeah.
in a different way.
Yes,
where
yes.
there is loan 1, loan 2, there is advance 1,
Yes.
advance 3.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that is you dancing with your
Deductions
money
now.
differently, is it?
Yes.
But statutory, we have NSSF. Statutory, we
want to
have
remind
pay
us.
as you earn.
Yeah.
Statutory, we have affordable
I'm
housing
building
levy.
a house that I may not access. Yeah.
Statutory also, we have
Yeah.
SHA. I mean,
Yes.
we have SHA, is it?
Yes.
But if you look at the percentage of what is a statutory deduction,
Yeah,
it's actually 4-point-something% of your earning.
All of them.
Yeah. Statutory deduction is
Yeah.
only 4-point-something. Because when it comes to pay as you earn,
Yes.
we have leeways of reducing it by doing certain things which promote tax avoidance as opposed to tax evasion. Evasion will take you to Kasarani and will help us to committee, and it will help us fulfill scripture. As I was in prison and you visited me, so don't go that route.
Don't go the evasion
No,
way.
no. Avoidance.
Yeah.
Tax avoidance says that if someone is earning, let's say 100,000, and they pay as you earn, they pay affordable housing levy, they pay, those are deductions.
Yes.
They can reduce their pay as you earn from close to around 21,000 to maybe 9,000 shillings if they only belong to a pension scheme where you can actually contribute up to 30,000 shillings per month. You see, now it becomes a contribution.
Yes.
To reduce on a deduction. Then the other bit again would be to say, I am also participating in savings towards my post-retirement medical fund. Up to 15,000 is tax allowable.
Yeah.
So that means everybody sits with a potential 45,000, which is allowable before pay as you earn is calculated.
Wow.
You see, those are savings that people at times do not see. But when it comes to the statutory ones where you don't have any control, that pay is what you've dealt with. Now we are looking at affordable housing levy. And even that one, the very first time it was introduced, it was a contribution. But then guys fought it, and then it came back as a deduction. Then you have SHA, is it? So those two, they don't form 5%. It is 4-point-something%. So truly speaking, much of the weight of what we are actually feeling. And I would rather that weight of those things that reduce your gross be more of contribution, because NSSF is a contribution.
Yes.
You'll have it. Pension, if you belong to a pension scheme, it is contribution collected in advance before you touch the money. So when you automate some of these contributions, you automate some of these savings, you are safer off, and you can be able to start building a fund, and emergency fund becomes your first target.
Let's go to now that saving and building a culture, because we have said for you saving and that's why the middle class we are being bashed, because we want it being deducted from the onset. And that's why me staying without a loan, how I need, when I take a pay slip, I see deductions and all. How do I inculcate that culture in me,
in you, that
it's not necessarily a loan, but now it's sort of I'm setting apart an amount to go as my savings. Now savings, as they have said, is a sacrifice. It calls for lots of commitment and lots of consistency. So how do I build this?
How do I build that? Okay, the first thing you need is definitely a tool that guides you, because tools make work easier. Even in normal life.
Even as a carpenter,
exactly,
you need those tools.
You need to lift something, you need a lever. Tools make work easier. The tool in the financial space that helps you save is a budget. Yeah, and that's why last time we were talking about have a model, and that model, some of the most common ones would say that let me do a 50-30-20.
Yes.
Where I have 50 going to my recurrent expenditure, I have 30 going to my savings, I have 20 going either to investments or to the obligations that I have. So that if I need to borrow, I'll always borrow something that this 20% can handle.
Yes.
But savings then is a given.
Yeah.
So if I automate this saving such that I have a standing order, for example, in my account, that anytime I earn, it automatically takes 30% to then push it to a savings account or to a savings fund, like a money market fund or a, fixed income fund.
Yeah.
All those collective investment schemes are available in the market. So I can automate that. The same way I would have automated a loan,
Yeah.
And for the loan, that thing you are paying for and whatever they are collecting, automatically the total cost of all that would be 2 times or 2.5 times what you wanted to achieve. So in this case, we are recommending the way you would at least withstand a deduction that goes to pay a loan, a check-off that goes to settle a loan or something you borrowed, Also put a system there, standing order, direct debit that you can also do, so that it goes straight to your savings account or to a savings platform. That way you benefit a lot, and you still go back to your element where you always want to be guided.
Yes. Some of us will want to be guided.
We want to be guided, so you'll be guided, but with things and fences that you alone has created, which will help you.
Yeah. Let's look at. You have mentioned budget. I'm looking at other tools.
Yes.
Or should I say, are they now vehicles that will lead me to my destination? My destination is to have savings at the end of a particular period of time. I know, because financial literacy, we have said, is very critical, very important, so that as we are doing this, we are not just doing it for the sake of doing it. We are doing it so that also at the end of it all, I'm earning a particular amount of money in terms of interest, either daily, weekly, monthly, or annually.
Exactly.
So when I'm choosing these vehicles, in terms of, I'm looking at now the vehicles of savings and all, what are some of the factors I ought to consider when I'm doing, or rather picking a vehicle?
I think it first of all starts the goal that you have. And we have short-term goals, we have medium-term goals, we have long-term goals.
Yes.
I think those statistics there were saying that there's a lot of focus on the immediate, and there's very little focus on what is long-term. The number of people saving for retirement was around 12%, which is a bit sad, because when I look at statistics, I'm in that sector, by the way.
And of retirement.
Of retirement. When I look at statistics, people are not able to replace their final income by substantial earnings in retirement. We call that the income replacement ratio. So it means that anyone who is earning 100,000 is currently only replacing their final check or final pay with maybe around 26-28%. So that makes retirement very painful. Nobody wants to go there.
No.
And
actually, that's why we dread.
Exactly. So goals. Set a goal that I know this is medium term, this is short term, this is long term. Once you set the goal will guide you even on which vehicle to use, whether are you meeting the threshold that is required or not. So the goal becomes the first thing. Then the next thing, now after setting the goal, now look inwards. Like the traditional African kitchen, 3 stones, hooking your investment in a pot. You now need to balance this goal in those 3 stones.
So that it doesn't fall.
Yes, and one of those stones there is objective.
Yes.
What do I want in this financial security or in this instrument that I want to use? Because the same instrument can have different goals. If I buy shares, there's someone who will be saying, I'm buying this share because I'm thinking the share price may appreciate. So that's capital appreciation.
Yes.
But the other person will be saying, whether the price moves or not, provided that counter pays me a dividend, I'm good.
Yes.
See, that's the same item, but different objectives. Go into property. People go into property because they want capital appreciation. Others go into property because they want rental income.
Yes.
So same item but different objectives. So your objectives must be very, very clear. Yes.
Yeah.
Another one is going into something because they're just hedging against inflation. I just want to preserve the purchasing power of the money that I have. So that's a different goal, objective as well. So that objective needs to be balanced with your risk appetite. That's stone number 2. My risk appetite. Are there things that I can withstand? For example, if I buy shares, the price moves from 15 to 13. Will I be admitted? You know, with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
I'm there waiting.
Yeah. You know, in this town, there are people who they deposit money in the bank, and then by the time they'll be sleeping, they'll have checked their balance 3 times.
What?
Every time, check balance,
check balance.
Your balance is, and then after some time, check balance. You know, even in investments, we have guys who
they keep checking.
Someone deposits into the investment scheme in the morning, but by 3 p.m. they've called you 3 times. Wait, have you seen? Have you updated? So it happens. You must check your risk appetite as well to know that, by the way, my risk appetite may be based on the information I've had or experiences or exposure. There are certain things that I can withstand. Because even with shares, this is what happens. It starts here, it may go here, but then it goes here. So you see, the general trend is that it is rising, but it has some troughs and peaks, which definitely, once you're used to them, then you're like, I like that. That's fine. I know the trend is still going upwards. So that is risk. Risk will also guide which spaces you can be able to invest or get involved in. So that if you are a high risk guy, you'll definitely go in there. But risk must always be matched by the third stone, which is horizon. How much time do I have? And that's now where young people have an advantage. Because when you are young, there are spaces you can go into and other things come to assist you, like compound interest. You know, compounding, you are able to do what? Grow with the money, grow with the time. And then again, massage whatever it is there that has caused a drop or some drain in one way or another. So those 3 stones are very important.
Let's have a recap of the 3 stones. The first one?
The first one is objective. Yes. And then the second one is horizon. How much time?
Risk appetite.
A risk appetite.
Yes.
And then the third one is horizon. So how much time do you have in that space? That is horizon. What can you withstand becomes your risk appetite. Objective becomes what do you want from that thing. Exactly.
Wow. And growing up, you heard people saying, I'm saving this, I'm saving that, I'm saving in this, I'm saving in that. Allow us to shift a bit. And this one is because we had those 2 aspects, savings and investment. And I feel they go hand in hand. Because as you have said also, in a way, objective. So why am I saving? So you don't just save for the sake of saving.
Yes. Have a goal. I'm saving towards this. So if I'm saving towards this, then definitely that thing I'm saving towards will dictate this. Which stones do I put? What's the size of the stone that we are calling horizon? You know, because you can't say I'm saving for a house and I'm giving myself 3 months.
Be realistic.
It's be realistic. So it will guide you to make smart goals. We say there. Exactly. It's specific, measurable, all that. So exactly, we're able to do that. So it guides you on those things. That goal that you have. Once you have your goal, you now come in and say the horizon makes sense because buying a house within 15 years sounds okay, You're saving for a car, for example, 4 years, 5 years makes sense. You're saving for something else, everything else will be dictated by the horizon that you have, is it? Then you go to the risk appetite. Risk here is what separates investments from savings. Because when I am saving, Gigi, my concern is what I would call the space. That is my concern. The space such that, there is my safety. This place where I'm putting money, is it safe? And there is no safety under the sun unless it is promised in regulations.
Regulations.
These are the things anyone may tell you, please run. Regulations. And with regulations, we say, know the regulator of the space where you are about to put your money. If you want to put your money in a retirement arrangement, you need to check with Retirement Benefits Authority. If you have your money going into an insurance product or solution, you need to check with Insurance Regulatory Authority. If you have your money going into an investment, something, you're checking with Capital Markets Authority.
Yes.
If you're putting your money into a SACCO, there is SASRA. So we have regulators across all these spaces where your money can go. So that is on the S for safety. P is the product safety, because the organization can be known by the regulator, but whatever they are giving you is not known. Is hot air. So there you go. Like, there are people who do not even check the S, that for safety, but they put their money. Have you ever bought a plot? I know you are on air. This is national TV.
You reminded me of what you said last week about a piece of land that can be described by a mathematical formula. Yes, I have bought
the objective. You bought a plot.
Yes.
The person you paid the money, is it?
Yes.
To then sell you the plot.
Yes.
Did you check who regulates them?
Yes.
Safety.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
So that's where it starts. Check the S, then check the P.
Yes.
P is the product. Then A will be access. Going by your horizon, is this access promise aligning well? Because if it's not aligning, then it means that the day you'll want your money, you'll not have it. So that is another thing that one checks when you are saving. Is it?
Yes.
The guy of one talent put the money in a space where the A for access was such that as soon as the master shows up, this guy will be like, here, master, here's your one talent.
Here's the one
so
talent
he knew
you
he could withdraw it.
Yes.
But you can go into some spaces that lock you. Yes. Yeah, you buy into something like maybe a bond, for example, yet this is money you need in the next 21 days.
Yeah.
There is no bond that will pay you back within 21 days.
No.
The shortest one is what? For bonds is 1 year and above. For bills is 91 days. And, that is the shortest you'll have, almost like a 3 months. So you must check all that. And you'll be able to then align accordingly. Yep.
Investment.
Yes.
With an investment, I'm looking at it in the modern world that we are living in. And the reason why I'm asking you this question is because some of us, we are so, I don't want to say narrow-minded, but I think that's the description that I would want us to focus on, because we are so old school that unless I invest in a plot.
Yes.
Unless
I have not done any investment.
Yes, until
it is.
Until I've done this.
Yeah.
How do we now help this person to widen their scope, in terms of the investments? Because there are so many investments opportunities out there currently.
Yes.
And I don't want to say even in terms of the passive income, but it's there. But for the passive income, it comes as a result of the earning being saved.
Yes.
And then it now starts to draw you an income.
Yeah.
Open our eyesight in terms of the modern ways of people investing. Because again, when we talk of investing, I remember, was it even as late as last night, I was talking to some family members, and we were looking at it in terms of how do we enhance our income streams.
Yes.
And there was a lot of hue and cry.
Nice conversations. Yeah. Your family must be discussing substance, heavy things, man. You don't just talk about gas, Imeisha. You
see, I do gas. No.
Too gas, Imeisha.
Because we are looking at also retirement.
You're looking at retirement.
You're looking at also retirement.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
And it has been said, someone was saying that you have two fathers.
Yes.
So there's one when they pass on.
Yeah.
They leave an inheritance to their children and their children's
Proverbs
children.
13.
Exactly. Then there's another father. When he passes on, he leaves debts and bills. So they are there, mzee amekufa. ile shida ametuachia.
Ametuachia.
Yeah,
Mbona
exactly.
ameenda? Why did you
Mbona
go this
ameenda?
time?
Why this
We
time?
need to call that guy back.
Exactly. So we don't want
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
end up like the second father. So in terms of the cry is that businesses are not thriving. You know, businesses are being battered right,
Yeah,
left, and center.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that is one in areas of investments, jobs, even. You know, so we were trying to look at. So
What
then,
exits
how then
exactly.
can we be able to increase
Yeah.
our streams?
Okay.
Open our and I think I will also benefit
From that.
from this free advice.
Then you go and shine in the next
Then I-
conversation. In your,
In the next
in your
conversation,
family. You'll
you
be
know,
the
even,
guy to watch. Anyway, that reminds me, I didn't finish the space model. Yeah, so I was talking about safety.
Safety,
then the
product
products,
safety.
Product safety as well.
Access.
Then access. The C there is the cost.
Cost.
And C for cost can be costs incurred immediately now and can also be opportunity costs. As I choose option A,
Yes.
what am I forfeiting with option B? Which could have also been
Yes.
another one,
Yes.
another route to follow, is it?
Yes.
And then the E there is the earning. Now, when earning is discussed in a saving space, that earning is simply to try and preserve the purchasing power of the money being saved.
Yeah.
Because inflation will continuously erode value and the purchasing power of whatever you have. Okay? So that is in a savings in a saving space.
Yeah.
But when you go to the investment space, yes, the gears shift. Now it's no longer so much about the space model that I've talked about.
No.
Those three stones now come into play: the objective, the horizon,
Yeah.
and the risk appetite. So that the combination of that then now can bring us into conversations around why do we invest? We invest to get a return,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that return will actually be for growth purposes. We also invest so that we protect ourselves from the risk of loss. So how you invest and whatever you invest in, you're also protecting yourself from the risk of loss. So you see, loss should not be discussed in the savings space.
No.
It should
Loss
come
in the savings
into,
space should not be discussed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, or it should not be your worry
All
because
right.
you ticked the space model well. So that you're not putting your money where moth and rust can disappear
Yes.
with it, is it?
Yes.
So that means on the saving space, you are okay.
Yes,
If
yes.
you use the space model.
Yes.
When it comes to the investments, then you are coming in there knowing that, by the way, there is a chance that as I chase risk, as I chase return, I may get risk.
Yeah.
Both of them
In the
begin by R.
investments, yeah.
Yeah. You may end up doing what? In the investment space, you need to live with the reality that, by the way, as I'm chasing return, yes?
Yes.
That return there, if it is a negative thing, then it means that I was left holding risk. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you accept that.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why in investments, we talk about you can buy shares, but I'm buying this share with the knowledge that it's 15 bob today, it can be 14 tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
That means that if I cash out when it is 14, this loss of 1 bob must crystallize. You see?
Yeah.
So that is in the investment space.
Yeah, yeah.
So that you are live to that bit that, by the way, the only way to cure that drop
Yeah.
is to put in more time. And at times also putting more money.
Yeah.
Because if I buy shares at, let's say, 15 bob and the price drops to 10, for us who are in investment, we see that the market is cheaper. So I can put in more money and buy now at 10,
At 10 bob.
so that I average my costs. You see?
yes,
So we
yes.
see an opportunity where
Yeah.
other people see risk and they
Yeah,
run away.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So that is another thing that you're looking at. Now, you're also doing it for growth, is it?
Yes.
You're doing it for growth means that you have analyzed, you've used your research, you've used the maybe financial analysts to check for you what is the propensity of this thing rising in value, what is the likelihood of this thing growing. Then they tell you, by the way, this thing is trading below its value. Tomorrow it might be higher.
Yeah.
Then you buy with that hope, is it? But buying with that hope simply means that you are looking at that end game, not necessarily what's happening in between here.
Yeah.
Today, if I told you, Gigi, I want you to jump and the highest you go, we will reward you to that extent.
Yes.
Every inch is 1,000 bob higher, you know.
Yes.
If Gigi really wants to earn more, if I watch the tip of your head, it will first of all go down.
Yes.
Before then you can
Yes,
spring, is
yeah,
it?
true.
So that drop most of the time may be because someone is taking a strategic position. So you must be having a horizon that matches the time when they will jump now to get to the peak.
Yeah.
And that means that you must be educated, you must learn a bit more on that particular space.
Yeah.
That is around investments. Very different from, say,
savings.
So what I say is, get into investments with what you had saved. Because the problem with people nowadays, they jump savings and want to go direct to investments. Then what do you find them investing there? Because they did not save, they end up investing monies that are borrowed. Do not borrow to invest.
That's good advice.
Yeah,
because some of us, we borrow because I want to venture into this particular business.
Go into that space and behave. You know the way financial institutions behave?
Yeah.
You walk today into any of these big banks and tell them, hey guys, man, I have an idea. Can you fund it? You know the things they'll ask you?
Yeah.
Give us your financial statements for the last 3 years.
But I have an idea.
I have an idea. They want to fund in, you know, now you're not borrowing to invest, you're borrowing to boost productivity over something that has already been proven to work.
Yeah.
We call it the proof of concept.
Yeah.
You already passed that threshold.
Yeah.
Now that way, now you can get someone to fund you. Because you've already proven that this thing is working.
Yeah.
But you can't borrow to start a business. Don't. Start a business with money you've saved.
Yeah.
You know, start a business maybe with things that your family has gifted you. You know, and you'd love to be in such families that can gift you.
They are
enough
gifting
money,
you enough money that now you can be able then you can start a business.
Because if you lose that money, then you definitely family can forgive. You know, or if it was your own savings, you'd simply dust yourself up and say, "Oh, at least I tried. I discovered one more thing that does not work."
You know? So you won't go there.
But borrow alone, then try and invest, and you know the statistics around companies and how they do. Over 50% don't see their third anniversary. So it means that you're actually sinking somebody else's money. And that might have been the fear of the guy of one talent. Just looking at it like, hey, this is not my money. Me, I'm not investing.
Me, I'm not touching this. I better have this when the owner comes back.
Comes and give him intact the way it is. Because I lose.
I think that's an eye opener, because some of us, we have these ideas and then we go to those institutions, give them those ideas and all. There are those who will be given the the capital, the money to the loan to go and start the business. But then again, because it's a new business, even in terms of the period taken for them to start now even earning and all, earning the trust of even the customers takes time and all. And I think let's talk about, and this is the gullible nature of us as Kenyans. I want to get rich very fast.
Get rich quick.
And you have heard of, I know you have heard of the pyramid schemes.
Pyramid schemes, yes.
You have heard of others. They are coming with special, I don't know, because special funds are legit, but quote unquote special funds, where you put in your money and within a week, they promise you 50% interest and all. And Kenyans, we rush there. Some people rush there with borrowed money. Because of the promised return. Talk to us in terms of savings and especially investment. And the principle of discipline, sacrifice, and consistency.
Very good.
It's
a very big English words. So remember the space model that I given.
Yes.
You know, if everybody walked with that template of the space model and checks every opportunity that knocks their door with it, we will not find guys in pyramid schemes. Because that model will help save you from that risk. Because number one, you're saying, I'll start with S. It is space.
Yes.
So I'll start with S. So S is regulation. It is safety. You know.
Yep.
Who regulates this thing? You know, the guys in pyramid schemes, definitely, they'll stammer.
They will.
Because there is no regulator who knows it, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even today, as we speak, those we are calling special funds, now we have a regulation for special funds. So if anyone comes and tells you I have this special fund and the like, check with Capital Markets Authority.
Yeah.
If that thing is not listed there, run. Because otherwise, then you'd find yourself in a pyramid scheme. And you know, by the way, the sad thing, and it's good we are on a Christian station.
Yeah.
The church has been used a lot. Yeah. When it comes to the proliferation of some of these pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
And it's sad because it's on the church platform.
Yeah.
Because anyway, in Kenya now, church is being blamed for everything.
For everything.
Including politics.
Yeah, even
but let's not go there. But at least, let's educate those believers, let's educate those members, those citizens, so that anything coming to them, they'll always say, okay, you have that idea. Let me check my space model. So as safety, who is the regulator? They answer you. Then check product safety. And that thing, is it licensed, you know? Then you go back to the same regulator and you check that as well. Access, when will I get the money? Cost, how much will it cost me? E, how much will I earn? Kenyans, the problem is we start with the E.
The last one.
How much will I make? Alafu, getting in is how much?
Yes.
Registration is 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Then you go like, how? If I want my money, how long can I? So you see, you're traveling up that space model, but you're going upward. By the time you get to S, it is no longer safety.
No.
It is S for serikali saidia.
Already,
you know,
it's out of control.
Yeah, because you started the model from the base. So you must do it when going up. Now that way you'll not find yourself, you know. And nowadays the environment is opening, the economic space is opening, the financial space, the investment space is opening. We have close to over 30 different money market fund providers.
Wow.
You know. You can't lack one there.
At least
that
is
And
legit.
if you're struggling, just remember KUZA.
You'll
not get lost. As one of them.
As one of them. Yes,
so they are there. Now, when you come to other funds like fixed income fund, you have again close to around, I think, 16 or 17 of them. You know? And all these things are there. Now, check with your regulator. Always read, see the updates there. And you know, in those areas where people can invest, even the regulators themselves do draw some lines. CMA currently has close to over 54 different spaces that one can actually invest in. And they have listed all of them there. And you can try them. The one you feel you now understand how it works and all those kind of things, you can go into that. But these others, check. Retirement benefits schemes looks at that 54 and picks only around 18 spaces and says a retirement benefit scheme can only invest in this. That is captured in what we call table G in the retirement benefit space. So that there are things that your SACCO can do which a retirement benefit scheme cannot do because it can't speculate. SACCO can buy land and subdivide to give members, but a retirement benefit scheme cannot do that. So all those regulations, they help cushion and reduce those pains. Because guys like running into GRQs, get rich quick schemes, and at the end of the day,
machos. George Oyuga, always a pleasure hosting you. Thank you so very much. I'm being told that time is now far much spent.
How fast?
I know, right? We've just begun. Serikali's idea, Namasa. But anyway, thank you so very much. Always welcome. A pleasure. You leave me, let me speak for myself, challenged and with new lenses to look at, matters, finances, matters, savings, and investment. And I believe I'm better equipped. And so thank you so very much. As always, I don't want to say that we will have you back But
might
you
just
never
keep
know.
your promise
You never
again.
know. Exactly. Yeah. So thank you so very much.
Yeah.
And regards to everyone back at home.
Thank you.
And thank you for the sacrifice as well. Thank you for what also you are doing, because you are in this area. You're in this space as well, dancing with your money.
Yes.
That book of yours is as always.
And healing the injured.
Through
financial therapy.
Financial therapy. Yeah, by the way, those who are injured, you can see George for the same.
Injured.
And actually, someone is saying there are people who borrowed money from me, but now they are not answering my calls. It has been months and they are no longer responding to me. I'm a believer. I don't know what to do. Gladly, thank you so much for that message. And we hope and pray that they will pick. And also you can see how you can find people who will mediate on the same. But on the issue of savings, what's your objective? What is your risk appetite? And what is the horizon? In terms of investments as well, the safety of the same, the product safety, access, cost, earning, space. You must use space when you are choosing that vehicle that you want to venture into in as far as investment is concerned. That has been Men on Record. Thank you for your time. Share the link with someone who was not able to tune in today. We must become better in as far as leaving an inheritance to our children's children, as the Bible has commanded us to do as well. And so the different vehicles, the different channels for you to be able to save and also for you to be able to invest. Thank you so very much for your time. My name is George Gishoro. That has been Men on Record. And God willing, we see you again, same time, same place next week. That has been the show for today, because it is a man thing. Good night for now.